What's going on, guys? It is Wednesday, 7:30, and we were actually 20 seconds off
Ish.
of our normal time. Hey, we're getting better. We're getting closer to that zero mark.
It's a 7:31 on my clock here.
Well, that's because it also had our intro that we had to let run, and but we're almost on the mark. It's almost 7:30.
Almost.
Closer. So, but guys, it is the Geek Saga. We are two salty veterans that are huge geeks. We are back together. As you can see, both of us are on screen. We took a short break, not because we wanted to, but we kind of had to.
Schedules last week.
Yeah, they suck. Our schedule sucked last week so bad. I hated it. But we're back. We're here. And yeah, I'm actually pretty happy to be back on because it kind of felt weird not doing it. It feels weird anytime we don't do it.
It was funny because last week I ran home, jumped in my garage, put everything together, and then I called you and you were like, dude, I'm driving. And I didn't set it up. And I was like, damn it. All right, well, I guess I'll take the break off.
How could you forget that I was going to be driving?
Because I've been on leave, dude. I've been on leave for coming up on 2 weeks now.
Must be nice. Well, so for those of you guys that don't know who we are, obviously, or where you can find us, let's throw that banner up. That chingadera. Oh, yeah. Look at that. So TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, all at thegeeksaga.com or all at the Geek Saga. You could also find our website at thegeeksaga.com. And if you guys want to get a hold of us, you can DM us, which is probably the easiest way to do it. We're always on that, or I'm always on checking stuff, looking for new things and looking to post stuff up. And or you can actually email us at thegeeksaga20. Don't forget the 20, because if you put in just the Geek Saga, I don't know who the hell's going to get it, but it won't be us. But that's at thegeeksaga20 at gmail.com. Suggestions for shows, or if you have a show that you want us to come out to live stream and all that other stuff, by all means, hit us up. So, yeah, dude, all I got to say is last week. So it was last week or the week before.
What's up, Josh?
I was about to say, we know who that is again this time. Last time we're like, who is this?
Who is this not Reaper person?
But dude, so we did the Chatsworth block party, which was a lot of fun. Freaking cold. I wasn't expecting it to get as cold as it got. It dropped in temperature real quick. It started raining. I had to walk I think it was like 5 blocks. Actually, no. That's from the end of the event. I went about 6 or 7 blocks to get to my car so I can bring it back to load up, and it was just pouring rain. By the time I got to my car, I was soaked, and I mean like soaked.
Dude, I was at my daughter's softball game when the temp turned and literally just dust blew across the field. And I'm pretty sure my wife and my daughter got upper respiratory infections because of the dust that just. Oh. And then by the time we packed everything up, got all the girls ready to leave, it was pouring on us.
Freaking weather, man. Even today, I was right here, and it was pretty sunny in the morning. Or no, it was overcast, and then the sun broke through, and then all of a sudden, in a matter of 30 minutes, the temperature dropped big time. Clouds rolled in. I was getting nipply when I was outside, even with my vest on. You were able to see through the vest. That's how cold it got.
No, it wasn't.
There's a picture for you guys.
Check this out. Send you a screenshot of what's going on over here.
All right. So yeah, we had that. We had met I can't even talk. I met quite a few great people. I want to give a shout out to Carlos Ferrero, who was awesome. The voice of Dom from Gears of War. He was also on he was the voice of the mercenary in all the Uncharted, and we had a really great conversation about that. And the interview is up on YouTube. You guys can definitely find. I was definitely cutting glass. Well, I was cutting through Kevlar first, and then I was going to be able to cut through glass. See,
Kevlar bi-weave.
it's supposed to be strong and stop bullets. Can't stop my nipples. But anyway, yeah. So it was a great event. Met Chris Alex, who put out a movie called Get the Girl. I watched it, and it's definitely right up my alley type of movie. And on my favorite streaming platform, which was Tubi. And huh?
Plex. Plex is better.
No, dude, Plex is garbage. Tubi's better. They got great movies on Tubi. Don't even. And then who else? I met two guys that were actually on the Mandalorian show, which was they were really cool guys. Oscar and Rory, super cool guys. We're talking about doing more stuff with them. Talking about doing more stuff with Chris. We've got actually a special guest coming in next week, which is Gene. I want to get his name right because I don't want to mess this one up. Gene Freeman. There's no way I would have messed that one up. You met Dom when he died in Gears 3. I cried.
Hey, that was a rough death, dude.
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh at your hardship there, Josh. But
you've never played Gears 3 from 1 to 3. So
actually, I have. I did play them all. Oh, look at that. That's a good setup. I got to get dude, you took the monitor that I had in here and put it into your office.
I didn't. I don't have
Somebody did. Because I had an extra monitor in here. Now I'm like,
oh,
the Samsung.
Yeah, I think Phillips borrowed it to transfer stuff when his computer broke. So he has it just sitting there.
Bastard.
Just tell me you want it back.
I'm going to take it back. I'm just going to take it. Yeah, it was a good time. It was a lot of fun. It was thanks to We Can Be Heroes, which is out in Chatsworth on DeSoto. Those guys are awesome. Julio, amazing. I got to meet the other organizer of the whole event, which is David, who's also an owner of We Can Be Heroes. He actually bought, not you, fool, another David.
Oh,
yeah.
Figured it's a pleasure to meet me every time you do.
No, it's not. Don't flatter yourself. But a lot of fun.
Someone has
like
to.
I said, it was cold. Oh yeah. Well, you're about the only one. But let's get going on this and get off to. I feel like we took too long of a break, and it's like we got to get back into that.
Nah, it's in your head, man.
I know that's what I'm saying. It feels like. So I got to get the mush mouth out, and I didn't bring a drink in here. That's a shame. But let's throw a shout out to some of our affiliates and actually some of the people that we've been buying stuff from. Ulanzi.com. They are the guys that are providing the light that you see on me, which one light over here on the side of me, and the lights that I have at home, which if you guys ever watch, if you're watching regularly, you'll see sometimes right now I'm at work. David's actually at home. But when I'm at home, I've got my whole setup, and the lights that are hitting me from the sides, giving me that ambient look, are all Ulanzi lights. I also got a couple of frames and some tripods. I've got a lot of their stuff. But if you go onto their website or go onto our Instagram, click on the affiliate code, and if you purchase anything using our affiliate code, it helps us out, helps them out, but we ultimately want to get some of that cash. So if you guys go on there, check it out. Ulanzi.com. What?
Said eventually, man, we'll get there.
Eventually.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. It was just it lagged a little bit. But next we got
Glitch in the Matrix.
I think so. I think our whole life is just a glitch. And I wanted to share this with our new friends. over at Golden Apple, guys. But really quick, before I get to that. So Roosevelt's great shirts. Me and David both have shirts from LA Comic Con that these guys provided. Up there, if you see one of the white guys, there's all three of them are white guys. But I would say the one with the, I don't know what kind of shirt he's wearing, the dark blue shirt. We met Mike.
Yeah.
Really cool guy at LA Comic Con. And definitely a company to look out for. Their button-up shirts are great. They're stretchy, so guys like us can actually fit into them. And then also, they have some pretty awesome prints. They've got a lot of IPs from like Universal stuff to Marvel to Disney. The list goes on of all the shirts that they have, and they've been dropping more and more shirts the start of this year. So moving on. Oh, sorry. Wild Bill's Old Fashioned Soda Pop. Great company. They are a company that is veteran owned, veteran run, and also offer jobs to veteran families. So it's a great company. Their sodas are really good. You can catch them at a lot of different events, a lot of cons. You can look for their Chuck Wagon style looking like trailer where you can pour the drinks out, and got some really cool cups that you can also buy from them. And yeah, so there's that. Next, we got Renegade Game Studios. They're another affiliate of ours, which awesome games, deck building games, RPGs. They've got G.I. Joe, Transformers, My Little Pony, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and the list keeps going on with them also. But check them out. We have an affiliate code in our link tree on our Instagram. Click on that. Again, purchase from them. Helps us out. You see what I'm getting at here? We need money. There you go, guys. That is our affiliates and our sponsors. But dude, we have an event coming up on the 4th. It's official. Like official.
I saw the link, man. And then you sent it to me. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm really excited about this, dude. Like, no joke. There I was. So guys, free comic book day, May the 4th of all days at Golden Apple from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. We are going to be there. We are going to be live streaming from there, along with several other podcasts, such as Live Podcast Theater, Star Wars Show Book Club, Cyclops is waiting for me, and of course, your guys' favorite, the Geek Saga. We will be there. There's going to be what is it? 3 for $1 comic books. There's going to be Pink's hot. Dude, I love Pink's hot dogs. Have you had Pink's? Oh, dude.
I'm gonna go chasing wieners like you.
You'll chase this wiener because it's good. They're actually good.
Dude,
wieners.
I don't chase wieners.
Don't lie. Don't lie. It's just because you're on camera. But they'll be there.
Finds me.
Oh, dude, the big green weenie filled that hole in my life. But they'll be giving away posters. It took you a little while there.
No, I just didn't know how to respond to it.
But check it out, guys. If you guys are in West Hollywood on Melrose, come by, check it out. It's an all-day event. Obviously, free comic book days. You'll be getting free comics, and also, dude, I'm just stoked because Golden Apple is has been a mainstay in the LA area as a great comic book store. They moved locations, but they're still going strong, and they were the ones that provided some of the guests that came out to the Chatsworth block party. Yeah. So really cool. I don't know what else to say about it. I mean, see you guys there. It's going to be really cool.
So my wife's cousin went to Japan, brought us back a huge haul of like toys that are Japan market exclusives.
Yeah.
And the only one that I got to keep was this one. Let's see if it'll show up. Too bright. There we go.
Oh, there we go. That was the only one you got to keep?
Yep. Well, I mean, he bought this one specifically for me.
Oh, that's cool, man.
But the definition's crazy, man.
Dude, I really want to go to Japan. I really want to. just to go for toys. Like,
Dude, he said it's crazy. And then they
Yeah.
have these bags. They're plastic like shopping bags, and you seal them upon purchase. And then when you come over to the States, they don't charge you the import tax on anything in that bag.
really?
Yeah.
How big
So
is that
seal it
bag?
as long as it's sealed. Oh, dude, I had it. I don't have it on me right now. It's like your standard shopping bag, a little bit longer. But those those clear airplane bags they used to give out.
Oh,
Probably
yeah,
about
yeah.
11 by 17 bags,
Yeah.
but they seal, bro. And as long as they're sealed when you get here, no tax.
Why?
I don't know. Capitalism.
That's crazy. That's cool. So he just went out there on vacation and then he just started going nuts on buying toys.
Yeah, him and his lady went out there. I think they were out there for 2 weeks, and they just got back. I don't know, probably maybe a week ago.
Nice.
And he bought one of those whole shopping bags was just filled with stuff for my kids.
Dude, that's pretty sweet.
Yep.
I wish I could do that. Wish I had money like that. But
Should have went to school like you
Alas.
did, man.
What did he go to school for?
He's an accountant, dude. He does big company accounting. He works. I know his dad worked for Oracle. They were both working on a big account together. I think they've kind of gone several ways. But dude, he owns a house in Anaheim, 10 minutes from Disneyland. Lives up in like the Fresno area with his lady.
Now I'm really jealous.
Yes, sir.
Oh man. All right. Well, enough of that. Now I'm all jealous and upset.
You should be.
I should be. I am. But let us move on to our first segment. As always, we like to go into. Where is it at? There it is. Yes, This Week in Geek History, and it's funny that you brought up that statue, which is This Week in Geek History. Dragon Ball Z premiered in 1993. Did you know that?
93 or 89? Because it says 89 on the board.
Sorry, 89. I was looking at something else. I'm looking down
Jesus Christ. No, I did not know that Dragon Ball Z aired that early in Japan.
It aired and it went from if you guys don't know Dragon Ball Z, then I don't know where you guys have been. But this is not the first of the whole series. It actually is the second part to it, right? Because we had
Yes,
Dragon
sir.
Ball and then it was Dragon Ball Z. But Dragon Ball Z premiered here in 1989. So a little bit of trivia here. This thing aired on networks like Nicktoons and Adult Swim. It spawned sequels like Dragon Ball GT and Dragon Ball Super. Just like my Dragon Balls. They're super.
GT does not get mentioned, so I will stop you right there. Yeah, so Dragon Ball aired 86 to 89. Dragon Ball Z was 89 to 96. And Super aired from 15 to 18.
Josh, you don't know Dragon Ball Z, then go.
He knows what's Dragon Ball.
Some freaking.
But here in the States, I don't think Dragon Ball Z aired until late 90s, early 2000s.
It aired on. I think the first place it did go to, I think, was Adult Swim before it hit Nicktoons.
Yeah, because it was on Toonami, and Toonami didn't start until
it was like 2000s, early, like mid 2000s is when that started.
Oh, so yeah, I graduated in 02.
So then it aired in Japan.
98, 99.
Yeah, it aired in Japan in 89, and then it came to the States not too long after that. So there you go. That is what aired or what came around in 89. And is y'all ready for a new season of Dragon Ball Z Super Part 2? Basically, I think.
It's just Super. It's not Z Super. There's Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Z Kai, Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball Super.
So there you go, Josh.
If you want to watch the most canon version of Dragon Ball Z, you watch Dragon Ball Z Kai. It sticks to the manga chapters and not all the filler.
Well, there we go. And now you know. And knowing's half the battle.
G.I. Joe.
Yes. All right. Next, we got Avengers Infinity War, released in 2018, which, I mean, everybody knew this movie. Everybody was waiting for this movie to come out. It was ginormous. So.
Was it ginormous?
It was ginormous. Where were we? Were we deployed yet? No, huh? Yeah.
2018, yeah. We saw Infinity War in Cuba.
Was it? Yeah, it was in Gitmo, huh? Because it was you, me, Brewster.
Yep.
Yeah, we all saw it together. So this movie boasting over 60 main characters. I mean, this wasn't just like we got, Civil Wars where it was a couple of them coming onto the screen, but we had 60 of the main characters. It marked the 10th anniversary of Marvel Cinematic Universe. Did you know that?
I did know that.
Yeah.
It was the culmination of Iron Man 1 all the way through.
Yep.
Yep, I did know that.
Infinity Wars is way better
than I don't know if it's way better. We got a lot of cool stuff in Infinity War, but we actually got to hear Avengers Assemble, and we got to see Cap use Mjolnir and the shield. So I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with you, David. That I definitely, I would say Infinity Wars or Endgames was a lot better than this one. I mean, this was great. We got to see all of them come together, and it was starting to make its way to but Dragon Ball Z Kai came out in 2009, and Dragon Ball GT came out in 1996. Yeah, I did not know that. Thank you. Who's this?
Cartoons. That's Micah.
Oh, okay. What's going on, Micah? All right, guys. So, in going along in the line of these movies, we got Endgames premiering same week, but in 2019, which we didn't see this over in Cuba. We actually got back home, and I think that's when I saw it.
Did we?
We got back in September of 2019.
I think we saw both of these over there.
I think we did.
No. Right. No. We were gone September to September. We saw Endgame in Cuba. We saw Infinity War before we left.
Yeah, there you go. So, with this one, with Endgames, obviously it was a sequel that centers after the whole snap, but this movie was shot consecutively with Avengers Infinity War, and in the first weekend that this movie came out, it broke a record with $1.2 billion worldwide. Suck on that, Barbie. That's right. She probably would.
Wow.
Mike, close your ears.
What is wrong with me?
But I mean, shoot, this was one of the first that actually hit a billion, and not only just a billion worldwide, but in like the first weekend. So that's when Marvel still had that power to make those huge numbers with their movies. Then all of a sudden it started petering out and just got seriously dismal. So there you go, guys. So next we've got, you're going to like this one. Friday, premiered in 1995. Dude, that was a long time ago. I was like, holy crap. When I saw what year it came out in, I was like, damn, did it really? That was like the year before I graduated.
I think I was 11 when this movie came out.
Yeah, well, whatever. I was on my way out of high school. But
Loser.
did you know that Ice Cube wrote the screenplay?
Mm-hmm.
You did?
I did. This
I
was the
did not know
beginning
that.
of Cubeverse. Cube, his
The
production
Cube
company.
wrote? Oh,
Yeah, he started his own production company to get this movie made, and I want to say Cube Vision. That's what his production company is.
huh.
I think this was like the beginning of it all.
Damn. It's crazy. Thanks, Josh. I wasn't even born yet. You weren't even a sperm in your dad's sack, so don't even. So,
Yeah. Oh,
Michael
sorry.
Clark.
So
What?
the movie of this movie created Cubeverse, Cube Vision. 3 years later, with all the proceeds from the movie, he was able to start his whole company.
Well, that's cool. I did
And then
not know that.
basically everything he's been in since has been a Cube Vision production.
Huh. So, what was that one movie with Kevin Hart? Where they,
Right along.
yeah, that was part of his Cube verse. So was Ride Along 2. And what else was there? There's got to be more than that.
Oh man, all about the Benjamins, Friday
Mm.
2 and 3. Um, I think Soul Plane might have been a Cube Vision production.
Well,
There's been a list.
we got over on Instagram. I want to give a shout out to. I'm sure it's going to make somebody else mad that wanted a shout out, but Oscar Romero, who's one of the Mandalorians, and of course, yes, Gutierrez. What's up? But he's watching us, which is cool. So, so that's awesome that he actually started. That dude is smart when you really think about it, man. The dude made money. So
Yeah, man. And that's why he speaking of like all of this that came from Friday, that's part of the reason why he put out that cryptic ass message a couple months back where he was talking about maybe you don't know it, but there's a big ass club and I ain't part of it. And you ain't part of it neither. I don't know if you saw that. He can talk shit like that about the industry because he funds his own movies, man.
nice. I didn't know that.
So,
Cool.
yeah,
Well,
he was talking about everything that's going on in Hollywood right now and how they're all one big club and they all do stupid shit together. And he was just saying, like, you may have guessed I'm not part of the club, and that's cool, whatever. But yeah, he goes on talking about how it's all gross and illegal and all kinds of craziness going on in Hollywood.
well, I'm sure it is, dude. It's always been like that throughout Hollywood. If you hear the stories of even back from the 20s on up, it's just been like nonsense. So, yeah, it is what it is.
Another fun fact about the movie. Did you know that Smokey refused to play his role in Friday After Next because he didn't want his kids to see him smoking weed?
I did not know that.
And I think he got into church again, and then that plus he didn't want his kids to see him like that. That's why he doesn't reprise his role. And we got Omar Epps in the second and third movie.
I mean, Epps did all right, but it would have been nice to see Chris Tucker to come back.
Bro, Day in the second movie was hilarious. The third movie, it's like Dragon Ball GT. I don't talk about it.
Oh my God. All right. Well, that was this week, from heroic battles of Dragon Ball Z to the universe altering events of the Avengers films and the comedic escapades of Friday. This week's geek history is filled with iconic moments across anime, superhero epics, and comedy classics. Almost got through that. I actually tried rehearsing that, but there we go. That's this week in geek history.
I was going to say that was a pretty...
Sorry, cut you
How
off
dare you
there.
cut me off? How dare you? I was gonna say that was a pretty good monologue, dude.
Yeah, I had practiced it, and I'm like, okay, I could do this. This is actually a really good one that the devil actually wrote out for me. So I was like, all right, we can do this. I could do this. So,
The last
and,
free thing you'll ever get.
and well, actually, they forgot about it. I sold my first child off, and they're allowing me to continue with GPT. So,
Wow.
dude, you know, all right. I don't know if I really want to talk crap, but you know, a lot of people use AI now. Like it's pretty prevalent in everything that we're doing now. And if it wasn't for a lot of these AI sites or apps that I now have, I wouldn't be able to keep up with a lot of the things that we do. You know, because it takes a lot for one person to take the interviews from this past week or the last week. What was
Bro,
Josh
why didn't you tell me this?
is what?
Why didn't you tell me? How am I affiliated with you?
I don't even know.
Josh, thanks for giving me the lowdown. I will not be on next week.
Wow,
Dude.
Josh just sold me out. You know what, Josh? I'm gonna take you out. Try to save yourself. But yeah, so we try to get an affiliate with a company and also have them on the show because I wanted to promote their product because I thought it was a really great product. And it was a software company, and they created D&D maps. But because they saw one picture that me and David did, and you guys, I mean, if you guys follow us on Instagram, I use it quite a bit for our what do you call it? For our promo for the show itself for every Wednesday. But they saw that and they kind of said, we do not condone the use of AI, so therefore we're not going to do this. I was like, wow.
You know what, man? It is what it is. It was it wasn't even full on AI art. It was just a filter, and who knows?
That's
Maybe
crazy.
we could do it again.
Yeah, but it's crazy to hear that, and then it's also crazy to think, yeah, I do use AI for the clips that I make for reels, but it's because I tried making just one reel by myself, and it took me too long. And I'm not saying that I can't edit. I can edit all this stuff and do all that stuff. It took too much time to do one reel when I want to have at least 5 or 6. So I do use Opus Clip to cut them up. And then once they're cut up, I adjust things, and then I add in the intro and the outro to the video, and I'll post it up. But I don't know, man. I don't have a problem with AI, obviously. But
I don't think it was Opus though. I think it was just that one filter that because they're an art content thing, and that was AI art that was on our page. I think that was really all that stopped you from getting that affiliation.
Which is dumb because again, it was a TikTok filter. That's what we used. It wasn't even true AI. So, anyways, all right.
You're incriminating.
I know. Well, I mean, we've already incriminated ourselves in past episodes where we talked about, you know, certain ways we've watched our cartoons and certain ways we've had movies.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, but did you see the picture from Savage Crucible?
No, which one?
Dude, they just posted up, which shout out to those guys because they're awesome, and they've got some great figures that are coming out, and they're sending them. They're going to be sending them to us very soon. But they showed their warehouse, and it had just stacks and stacks of the figures already ready to ship. So I'm really excited. I ended up posting up something saying that it's Tim's Lizard Man army that he's been waiting for. So I'm excited about this.
Yeah, I've been waiting.
So they're on our way. So, anyways, moving on. We're going to move on to our next segment, which is I am. The Geek News. Man, that was so weird. The way it just cut off and everything went really silent.
Yeah, I heard that. It was a little jarring.
Yeah, it was like,
Dude, I had all these things open and I just accidentally closed it right now.
Well, our first story, guys, is Transformers and G.I. Joe crossover movie is officially happening. You did see the last Transformers movie, correct?
The Beast one?
Yeah. Rise
of the Beast?
Yep.
Yes.
So, we got a
I
little hint at the end of that G.I. Joe is something that's around, and they've been watching the Transformers, which, if you guys don't know, back in the day, we did get a crossover between Transformers and G.I. Joe in the comics. And then recently, we've got it again because they've relaunched the Transformers comic books. They started the Duke series, which is the creation of the G.I. Joes, or of the Joes, and he ends up running it. Well, should I spoil it? I don't care. I already started it. So he ends up running into Starscream in the air, and was his first, it almost drove him nuts in the comic book series. But it shows that there's a crossover between the two comics, so we may see more of that in the series. If you guys haven't checked it out, go get the Transformers comic books. The Duke series, there's a Cobra Commander series. I think they're coming out with Destro now, but they're all really good series as far as the comic books. I believe it's Image. Either Image or IDW. Oh, shoot. I don't remember, to be honest. But
think IDW is doing all the Hasbro stuff.
Okay, so then it's IDW. Check them out. Go to your local comic book store, pick up all the comics. I think they're up to issue 6 with Duke, issue 4 with Transformers, and issue 3 with Cobra Commander. But it's a really cool way that they show the backstory for all these guys. But Paramount is officially confirmed that this takes us right back to what we talked about a couple episodes ago, which is Cinecon, which we will never be able to afford to get into because it's stupid expensive for one ticket. Unless, we make some good friends and they get us in there. But yeah, that the crossover movie is actually going to be released, and it's looking at 25 or 26. Excuse me.
What was it? The end of the movie they showed the new G.I. Joe symbol, right? The eagle with the star or whatever it is.
Yeah, and then it also said, I think it said G.I. Joe on it. So,
I think the file she hands the kid has the symbol, like G.I. Joe on it or something.
Yeah, no, it was the card. It was the card that the guy's all like, if you ever have issues or you have any problems, hit us up. And he gave him the card. So, but it's been confirmed that Steven Spielberg will serve as an executive producer, which he was the executive producer for the first Transformers one, right? I think so.
Maybe.
Yeah, Michael Bay's involved in this.
I thought Bay was the one who executive produced.
No, didn't he direct? He directed it because it was definitely
a he did direct.
Yeah, it felt like that Bayness. So the whole idea was obviously teased in the Transformers: Rise of the Beast, where the mysterious agent recruits Noah for a security job with a business card bearing the G.I. Joe logo. So that's when we got that hint that there could be, and they're all living in the same universe. Which, what do you think? How do you feel about this?
I mean, I always figured that they were in the same universe. They always came out with movies at the same time. The G.I. Joe movie came out when the Transformers movie came out back in the day, which I have both on VHS, by the way. I don't know.
VHS.
They always felt like they were in the same. I do. Yeah, I have them both on VHS.
Wow.
G.I. Joe, what was it? The animated movie or whatever they called it.
Oh,
And then
G.I.
Transformers.
movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw those in well, I saw G.I. Joe or Transformers the movie in theaters, and then G.I. Joe the movie they never put out in the movies because they felt that they've traumatized children enough with the death of Optimus Prime within the first 15 minutes of the movie.
But we got Hot Rodimus Prime, dude.
It's not the same though, dude. We grew up with Optimus Prime, who was this like father figure for some of us, and then all of a sudden you just go and straight just
Change it up.
Dead. He was
so
dead.
I guess that's perfect segue because you're probably not excited about Hemsworth as a young Optimus Prime in this crossover.
Yeah, that's the next one there. So the Transformers 1 director says film is a whole new origin that will stay true to the lore of Transformers. I don't believe it. I don't know. And that's supposed to be right there, Optimus Prime on one side and Megatron on the other.
Oh, so are we going back to when they were friends before they split?
Yeah. So that's what the whole story is. It's supposed to be. Oh, I got an itch in my nose. So it's supposed to take place prior to them being enemies, and they also can't if you guys haven't seen the trailer actually looks pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, it actually looks pretty cool. We get Bumblebee in his early stages where he still can talk. We get RC, who's going to be there, but they don't all have like Optimus Prime or Megatron or Bumblebee. They have designators as far as they've got like a letter and numbers. So I don't know, man. I don't. And also Hemsworth as a voice. We were talking about this earlier. Yeah, I get it. Cullen is getting up there, and so is oh my god, what's Decepticon's voice name?
Frank Welker.
Frank Welker. They're getting up there in age, and they're not sounding so much like that strong voice as before. He's sounding more like Grandpa Prime than Optimus Prime. But to switch him out with Hemsworth, I don't know, dude. What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, I think he's got a good like baseline voice if you're trying to use something close to his speaking voice. I think it wouldn't take him a lot to get that bassy like Optimus Prime voice out. Who knows? Maybe it's his passion project. Maybe he's been working on that voice his whole life.
Maybe, you know what I mean? But I know that if you watch the trailer, there's a moment where you hear him. I think he says, "Roll out," and it had a hint of the actual Prime voice. So it's kind of like, I mean, it sounded cool, but we'll see. I mean, so Cooley, the director of the film, says he's clarifying that the movie isn't a direct prequel to live action films or the original animated series. It's forging its own path, which may not be for the best. Well, at least he's
I think he says he was given that Hasbro Bible, right? It was like a Transformers basic, like the guidepost of what needs to happen for it to be a Transformers series or whatever it's going to be. And as long as he leans in towards like Cybertron, the Netflix show. I think
Yeah.
that's where the new canon events are. So that, and to answer Dennis's question, um, he asked when was it canon that they were friends? In a lot of the lore, there it's hinted that they were friendly prior to Optimus being picked as the Prime,
Yeah.
and then that's when Megatron was like, "Oh, they're trying to slight me," and he thought he should have been the Prime, but and they can't transform in this one because they haven't left Cybertron yet, so they don't have anything that they're transforming into.
No, because remember in the actual cartoon they did transform into different things, because Bumblebee was like this small triangular type ship on Cybertron, and
Yeah,
Ironhide was like this. He still had kind of that Toyota van ish looking feel to him, so they were able to transform. But I guess they have to get that spark to allow them to transform, and these guys haven't gotten it yet. So it's almost like they're teenagers and they're going to get their ability to transform later on. So, and that's what the movie hints at. So showing them transforming, yeah, that's exactly. There was one world where it was just a world of robots that what was the name of the stupid planet eater? Oh my God. I'm drawing a blank. And I could picture the scene where it's an old looking robot yelling and he's pointing out and he's like, "Oh my God!" It's Unicron, yeah, which was voiced by Orson Welles before he passed away. That was actually his last.
Unicron was the ginormous world, and he had the like hooks at the top of his mouth, and he would suck in. He was like Galactus for the Transformers.
Yeah, and then they wrecked him.
So Omicron? No, I think it was Unicron.
Yeah, it's Unicron. No, it's Unicron. Omnicron is wasn't that in a movie somewhere else? Yeah, he did. Optimus or Megatron did call Optimus brother sometimes during the Bay movies, but also during the, I think it was like the Netflix cartoon, they had mentioned it. So it was all hints. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not looking forward.
So I'm putting it on the screen.
You want to make sure your wife sees that too? Bring her over.
No, I want you to see it. Damn it! I'm right. Your senility kicked in.
But this is definitely going to be one of those where I'm going to just wait till it's probably on Amazon Prime where it's free and watch it. I will not go and pay for it.
I might rent it at the house. This doesn't look like something I'd sit through at the theater. Unless I can get the kids to go, maybe I'll go watch it. But I don't go sit at the theaters no more unless there's something that's really great out.
Yeah, and especially for the price that we got to pay to go see these movies, it's like you better be a damn good movie because I'm not going to spend that much money on it. So I'd rather spend.
Dude, they basically have to put like Titanic out again, like that quality movie.
Well, like a movie of that
a movie of that quality, like that might get me to go in there.
Well, I mean, Dune was one of those movies that has been out that people are like, you've got to see this in the movie theater because it's
and that's the one I didn't get to see.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to see it. I almost did rent it, but it was like $24 to rent it. And I'm kind of like, damn, dude.
But I mean, $24 for 8 people to watch it compared to $24 for just you, and then you still got to buy popcorn and
drinks,
32 Dr. Peppers while you're there.
Which reminds me, damn it, I forgot to grab my freaking Dr. Pepper for this. Damn. Anyways, all right, moving on. We beat this horse down. 2 Transformers things. One I'm looking forward to, which is the G.I. Joe, because they've got to make up for that stupid G.I. Joe movies that they did put out, which were garbage. and the
The
crossover is
second
great.
one or the first one?
Dude, the first one was horrible. Both of them were horrible. I watched them both.
You're talking about
So,
because there's GI Joe, The Rise of Cobra,
and then there's GI Joe: The Retaliation, which was
Retaliation.
the one with the Rock.
Dwayne, right?
Yep.
As Roadblock or whatever.
Yep. And Bruce Willis as Joe. That's all he was known as, is Joe. It's like, what? All right, whatever. So, moving right along.
That's what I'm talking about.
So, Disney Space Mountain movie moving forward with 2 new writers. So, I thought this was something interesting to put on because it took 2 movies for Disney to get another ride movie right. So they did well with what do you call it?
Tomorrowland?
No, that's right. That's another. No, that's about the whole land, but no, the freaking Pirates of the Caribbean. God, I can't believe I'm See? So they did well with Pirates of the Caribbean.
Mm-hmm.
And they bombed with Tomorrowland, and then they bombed with the first Haunted Mansion movie, which actually starred Eddie Murphy in it, and then they tried remaking basically the Haunted Mansion and actually made it a lot better. It was actually a better movie. I thought it was pretty good.
I didn't watch the new one.
I did, and it was actually pretty cool. It was actually a fun movie. Owen Wilson was pretty funny. What's her face from Rosario Dawson was pretty good. The little kid that was in it was hilarious. So, now they're trying to develop a film based on the iconic Disneyland attraction, Space Mountain. And they've been trying to do this for several years. Now they've got Obi-Wan Kenobi writer Joby Harold. Initially, he was that person, which I don't know if that's a guy, right? Joby? Yeah. I don't know.
Joby Harold.
Yeah. It initially tasked with writing the script, moved on from it because it just wasn't working. And now they've got Josh Applebaum and Andre Nimick, which they're both known for working on Mission Impossible, Ghost Protocol, and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. So, they've got some street cred there. But then they went and wrote The Citadel, which was on Amazon, which was not very good, and Netflix's Cowboy Bebop. So
a bunch of things have tanked.
Well, I mean, your Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies didn't tank. We're talking about the newer ones.
I mean, that you're talking about the Paramount stuff.
Yeah,
they weren't great, but they weren't. I guess they didn't suck.
They didn't suck. They were fun. They were still pretty fun movies. I recently watched them again, and I enjoy watching them. I mean, yeah,
I can't watch the newest one. I watched it the first time. I enjoyed it, but I can't watch it again.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I couldn't watch it again, but I mean, I watched the first one, which was fun, a lot more fun than the other one. But so we've got them, and then you throw in Citadel, which wasn't that great. They had freaking Jon Snow's brother playing a spy, and then you get Cowboy Bebop, which was not good whatsoever. I hated that thing. But
I had high hopes for that show.
I did too. I was really excited about it, and it just bombed. I was just like, I watched the first episode, and I was like, I don't know. And then I kept going, and I was just like, nope, can't do it. It was horrible. But I don't know how they're going to do it with this movie, because you're talking about taking a roller coaster and creating a movie based off of it?
I don't know. It's I've never even ridden Space Mountain. Every time I
What?
go, it's been down or the line's too long, and I'm not sitting 2 hours in a line,
Oh
so
my
I've never got on it.
dude, I love Space Mountain. Is like, well, now it's not even like what it used to be when I first wrote it. Now it's Star Wars theme and it's really cool. They've got freaking X-wings flying around, and then as you're going towards the end, you're going towards a TIE fighter that's firing at you, and then you like dive down and it blows up. It's really cool. It's a lot of fun now. But I'm pretty sure they're not going to base the movie off of this new Star Wars themed Space Mountain. I'm sure they're going to figure out
I would
something.
hope
But
not. I would
yeah,
hope they base it off of the original ride itself.
but even then, the original ride was just it was you're flying through the cosmos, and there was no real theme to it. At least with Pirates of the Caribbean, you've had a storyline, kind of. You kind of had a story, and it was kind of mixed in there. With Haunted Mansion, you have a story, about the 99 ghosts and all that. They have or 999 ghosts, and they had room for one more and stuff. So you're able to play with the story on that. But Space Mountain, it's kind of like, and the same thing with Tomorrowland, the movie when they made that, it was like, okay, Tomorrowland.
Hear me out. If they want to cash out and they want to make hella money, I don't know, like put money into the special effects and like enhance Captain EO and put that shit out, and people will fucking buy that left and right.
Wow,
Captain EO, bro.
dude, that was seriously. It was worth standing in line to get in there to go see that thing. I loved Captain EO. That was actually a really good show.
I saw it when I went to Disneyland the one time I went that I was a kid. And then when I took my boys to Disneyland once, they were replaying it. This had to have been, I don't know, 2010, 2012 timeframe. They had relaunched it and we sat through it so that the kids could watch it. I remember finding out I got there and there was like 4 people in line because nobody knew about it.
That's crazy. Yeah, I remember going back and seeing that it was coming back, and I was like, "Oh my god, I got to go see it!" And I got to watch it, and it was still as good as the first time I had seen it.
It's crazy how good Captain EO, and I don't know if you remember it, but Moonwalker, the Michael Jackson like 2 hour long video, how good those were.
They
for
were
not being movies. Like they were just one off things. And it was like when he did that Halloween special for Scream, the movie, the show. Like that was also really good too. And I'm like, bro, who is producing Michael Jackson's freaking movies?
Well, I mean, if you think about it,
They need to get a better bill.
Well, think back to his Thriller video was directed and I think produced by John Landis. Homeboy made American Werewolf in London, which was great. He also did. Oh my god, I'm gonna blank out on some more movies. Was it Animal House? John Landis.
So 2010.
He had a lot of great. He had a lot of great movies. Landis had that, and then we moved to Captain EO, which Captain EO was freaking George Lucas. Was part of that whole project, directed that thing, worked with Michael Jackson on it, and it was great. Then you moved to Moonwalker. Who's the director of Moonwalker?
I don't remember. I just remember it had freaking Pesci in it. But going back to John Landis, while you look that up, Kentucky Fried Movie, National Lampoon's Animal House, The Blues Brothers, American Werewolf in London, Trading Places, Three Amigos, Coming to America, Beverly Hills Cop 3, and Thriller, and Black or White.
Which I remember when that movie came out, or that video came out, it was at the end of it was this huge deal that everybody had to stay. I think it was after a Simpsons cartoon that they were going to premiere that video, and that was the
Yeah, they
wasn't
premiered
black.
it on Fox.
Yeah, wasn't black and white with the one where he went nuts on the car and destroyed it, and everybody's like,
I thought I was
What
watching
was-
a Street Fighter game.
I was like, what is going on? And it took forever for him to break it because he's like, ah.
Well, and then that kicked off with Macaulay Culkin
uh-huh.
and the dude from Cheers.
Which one?
Black curly hair.
Norm?
Was Norm the dad in that movie? In that the video?
Yeah, he was. He was sitting on the couch. I remember him. Yeah.
And he was like pounding on the roof with the broom. Telling you,
Yeah.
man, get all those people together, put them on Space Mountain. If it fails, re-release Captain EO. Boom. Problem
Dude,
fixed.
Moonwalker had a lot of faces in it, and so Moonwalker was done by Jerry Kramer and a couple other people. Kramer actually worked on quite a few other things that were Jackson related. Jim Blashfield and Colin Shiver. But I would definitely go back and watch a Captain EO re-release of that. So,
George Wendt.
George Wendt. So I don't know about this. I don't know what they're thinking, but Disney's really trying to go for the cash grab, and I don't know, dude.
I mean, it could be good. You know what they should do? They should not do a live action. Take your budget for this movie, give it to the Cyberpunk 2077 anime guys, and have someone write a really cool script and then do it in that style, very like cyberpunky, and this will freaking shoot off. But make it an anime, dude. They're trying to do that with Visions, like the Star Wars Vision stuff.
Yeah.
Pick one of those studios and let them do a cyberpunky anime about Space Mountain, and I bet you anything it'll freaking sell.
Well, we'll see what happens. I mean,
Bob Iger, call me. I got you.
The Geek Saga. You can reach us at thegeeksaga20@gmail.
I'll bring you Gene too, but call me. I'll write this down.
All right, moving on, guys, to the show that David has not watched and he needs to watch, which is Fallout. Fallout renewed
Eventually,
for season 2 by Prime Video. Dude, so this is the costume that Evil Ted worked on.
Yep,
He worked
I
on
remember.
parts of this.
I remember him showing us what he had stills of like the frame itself.
And this costume is so freaking amazing. And to see it moving, it's just, oh man, dude, I'm telling you, you got to go and watch this. But it definitely it was rave reviews on it. Everybody loved it, and this was something that we had mentioned, or we had talked about, which was the fact that the great thing about this movie is that this game is not centralized on one central character. Like you said, Halo, Master Chief. Uncharted, you have what's his face? Nathan Fillion. But all right, Nathan Fillion should have been.
I think you mean Drake, right?
Drake, yeah. But Nathan Fillion should have played Nathan Drake. But yeah, so it gave them kind of a carte blanche to create this and expand this world and these characters. So it's just really good.
And I could be wrong, but I think we get Fallout 1, we get Fallout 2, 3, 4, Fallout 76, and they're numbered sequentially because that's how they came out. But technically, they're all happening at the same time in different parts of the U.S.
I think, if I remember, I think so. Somebody chime in and correct us, because I played Fallout 1 and that was about all I got through. And everybody tells me I should go back and I should play either 76 or I should play like Vegas.
4 is good. New Vegas is good. But they're all happening like everywhere, right? So Sorry, Josh. Yeah, 1, 2, New Vegas, 3, 4, and then Fallout 76. Fallout 76 happens. I want to say it's all in the East Coast, like colonized. I mean, the 13 original colonies. Fallout 4 happens in like the Philly area, I want to say. New Vegas obviously happens in Vegas. And then I forget where 1 and 2 are, but yeah, they're all like different parts of the world, like, or different parts of the US.
Which it lends for us to be able to see more if they continue, which, oh, excuse me. But at the end of this first season, they've already hinted at where they're going to go next. It was not that hard to figure out. So that's what I was pretty excited about. Eric Estrada was in the freaking show.
Freaking Poncherella himself.
Yep, freaking Poncherella himself was in it, and he made a cameo as one of the new Ranger, or one of the New Republic Rangers. He was wearing the outfit.
And, so he was a chippy. Yeah. I like it.
Yeah, pretty much. He still was playing the cop.
Fallout Chip.
But it's really cool that they're going to be bringing back the new season. So the same producers are going to be coming in still with it. And it had huge rankings on Amazon. It was top 3 most watched title ever on the streaming service, and most watched season globally since Rings of Power, which Rings of Power was horrible. I don't know why they even brought that one up.
I don't know if it was horrible.
Honestly, I started watching it. I just couldn't get into it. I really couldn't. But I will say that my favorite character in the show was the Ghoul. Which was
the Ghoul?
Was really the Ghoul, yeah. Which was played by Walton Goggins.
Walter Goggins.
Freaking Walton Goggins as the Ghoul. I was a fan of Fallout 3. You know what, Oscar, I wish I could say I was. Maybe I have to go back. Maybe I should Oscar, should I start at like the beginning and go forward, or should I just start at Fallout 3? Oscar is one of our Mandalorian friends. So, yeah, no, super cool dude. Huge Power Rangers fan. Huge. So, on top of, being a Mandalorian. But yeah, I'm kind of excited about this. We'll see what happens, where this goes. And dude, I would love to see that suit up close. Actually, speaking of Evil Ted, he's going to be doing a clinic cosplay building over at Scum and Villainy on I believe it's I don't want to get it wrong because I'm going to try to go to this. On the 14th of May at 7:30 to 9:30 at Scum and Villainy in Hollywood. It's $15 a ticket. So go check that out, and you'll be able to see the man that actually helped create the power suit from the show, and he'll show you how to do things, which, dude, is so cool.
So chill too.
Yeah, seriously, super chill. Recently I was asking him questions about some builds that I was doing when I was building stuff. So happy to answer back and help me out. So it was really cool. Okay, so we're getting Josh telling me Fallout 76, or are you just telling us the order chronologically? Did he just go Rain Man on us and just like start throwing out nothing? Dude, I think there's something up here in our barracks that's just messing my nose up again.
So he said the order for the game is Fallout 76, Fallout 2, Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 4, Fallout TV series comes after Fallout 4.
Huh. Okay.
Chronologically, according to his text. Thanks for going all Rain Man on us. 476 matches, 476. Wapner.
Thank you, Josh. So
That was good.
moving on to our last story, guys, we are going to talk about Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse potential release date and cast. So this is I mean, we've been waiting a while. When did the last one come out? In 2000
2022. But we were supposed to have watched it. We were supposed to have watched the newest one March of this year, but
Yeah,
it
it was
got
supposed to be
postponed
March
due to the writer strike.
Dude, that writer strike messed up a lot, or the actor strike. It messed up a lot of
strike,
things.
yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was originally scheduled to come out in March 29th of this year. Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse has been removed from Sony's release schedule since July of 2023. So,
But the story says in December. Sorry, where's it at? I just lost it. In December of 23, Christopher Miller confirmed that they're back in production. So,
while also Brian Tyree Henry, which is actually the voice of Megatron, so this kind of ties in with all the other stories we're talking about, had also confirmed late in March of this year that the film was still in works and teased that it will be more epic than its predecessors. I don't know how
Brian
much more
Tyree
epic
Henry is, I think he's the dad, right? I think he plays Officer Davis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much more epic it can get. I mean, we had that last one where it was like we saw all the Spider-Man that we know of and then some all in one place, which was pretty cool.
So they said that there is going to be more Spider-Man even in this movie.
Jeez.
So like we're gonna see Spider-Man that have been scrapped. I don't know, or at least more of the people that they just flashed through. But this was interesting to me because just literally within the last 2 weeks, my 3-year-old has been on this kick. He's only been watching Into the Spider-Verse just over and over and over again. And I got pissed off at him because we were watching the same one over and over. And I put the second one on and he freaking hates it because it starts with Gwen and it's all Gwen for like 10, 15 minutes. So he doesn't want to watch it. And then once Miles jumps in, he's like, oh, okay, I'll watch this. And he'll sit there and sit through it. So it ended and I looked at my oldest and I was like, hey, dude, when is the third one coming out? Because I need something more to watch than Into the Spider-Verse. He's like, oh, it's on definite hiatus. And I was like, what? And then I started doing all kinds of research on it because I was like, oh, hell no. I need to have 3 movies to cycle through if I got to watch Miles all the time.
Well, your wish has been granted. They heard you. You called out to the universe and they said, okay, we're going to be releasing it. So we're looking at a 2025. They're saying potentially 2025 that we're going to be getting it. So we still got 1 more year to wait. Sony's reshuffling the release dates, including the movement of Venom 3. And so, and it's nothing against the actors. I get what they were striking about, what they went on the picket lines for, but damn, dude, it messed up a lot.
I mean, I feel like it didn't really mess up. I mean, if you're someone who's waiting for all this stuff, right? Yeah, it messed up everything you were waiting for.
Yeah.
But I feel like the overabundance of content we get now is like, I didn't mind that nothing big came out for a little bit. Because I felt like every 3 months, it was like, you have to go to the movies and watch this. Oh, you have to go to the movies and watch this. Where back in the day when we were younger, it was like, oh, here's Terminator. And then what was it? Almost 10 years later, we got Terminator 2. You know what I mean? And then Mighty Ducks. Those 3 movies were split apart. I'm just trying to think of the big things that came out while we were like.
Well, I mean, so we had like the Ghostbusters, and that then Ghostbusters 2 didn't come out till late 80s into almost 90s. You had Back to the Future was 84, and then we got part 2 and part 3 literally simultaneously because they shot them back to back and came out one right after the other, which was late 80s. What were some of the other big ones? Terminator you mentioned.
Shoot, the Ninja Turtle movies. We got the first one in 90, the second one in 93, 94.
But the second one was just garbage. And then the third one.
Oh, the second one was good. The third one was garbage.
Dude, that third one was horrible. There's just nothing. It's like, we don't want to see.
The third one was horrible. The first one was amazing because it followed the Mirage comics.
Yeah.
Second one was toned down because parents were like, how come this isn't like the 84 cartoon? So they toned it down to the cartoon. And then the third one, they didn't even use the same costumers for that. So,
dude, those costumes in the third one were horrible, dude. God, the TV show that they put out was better than those costumes. And those are bad costumes too.
Yeah. So, people returning for this third movie, though, it looks like we're going to get Shamik Moore back, who is Miles, Haley Steinfeld, who's Gwen, Oscar Isaac as Miguel O'Hara, Issa Rae as Jessica Drew, Daniel Kaluuya as Hobie Brown, and I hope we're still getting, Jake Johnson as Peter B. Parker, Karen Sony as Spider-Man India. He's Dopinder.
Jake Johnson is freaking hilarious. I love that guy.
Yep.
Everything he's been in.
Yeah. So, I mean, it looks like the core cast is coming back. And then if you remember the end of the second movie, we are getting Spider-Ham back. We are getting Spider-Man Noir back. Penny Parker's coming back. And then there was 2 more people that were joining him from the new verse. Oh, Hobie's joining him. And then the little CGI girl, the one that was like an avatar.
Oh, yeah. She
was running the machine that would send them back home.
So it should be pretty good. We just got to wait one more year, and you're just going to have to put up with your kid watching the first one over and over and over again.
It is what it is, man.
It's either that or you just skip past the Gwen Stacy part and just go right to the birthday party, so your kid can be like, "Oh, okay, there's Miles."
I don't mind watching the first one over and over again. It's really good. It's a really good movie. It's like, when your kids are little, they get stuck in that. I need to watch this one thing forever and
over and over.
With my daughter, it was Trolls.
Oh my god, which one?
And Frozen. Trolls 1 and Frozen 1, and Moana. Those 3 movies on repeat.
Moana's not that bad. I could do Moana.
And then Micah was. He likes a lot of things. Luckily, he didn't have one thing that we had to watch all the time.
Oh, that's good.
And then David, he kind of watched a lot of stuff. It wasn't like one thing all the time either.
Yeah, my kid, she I think we ran through the whole gamut of movies because I wanted her to watch them all, not just get stuck on one. So we wouldn't just watch one Disney movie. We've gone through pretty much the whole library of Disney movies. Obviously, when Frozen and Moana came out, she did watch those, but not like consecutively back to back. She would give it a break and then come back to it. So it's pretty fortunate. But I did watch a lot of My Little Pony. Friendship is Magical. Yeah. So there you go. There's a little look into my life.
And friendship is magic, by the way.
It is. It is so magic, dude. It's magic. But all right, guys. Well, that is it with our news. Yes, it is. Ta-da! And we're gonna take it out of the news with Wayne and Garth. That thing does end pretty abrupt. It feels
There
like
might be something to change in the settings because that's 2 in a row now. That just kind of bloop.
yeah. And I don't think it's ever done that. I don't know.
I don't know.
I'll have to look at it and fix it.
Yeah, man, I'm excited for some of this news that came out. Not all of it, but some of it I'm excited about. I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Obviously, you're excited about Spider-Verse.
Very excited. That movie was really cool.
I'm excited for the G.I. Joe Transformers, but not the Transformers 1. Actually, I might actually go watch the Transformers movie tonight because I really like that one. The original one was great, and the music was good. So,
what's that great 80s and 90s show music, man?
It's so amazing.
We're gonna have to violate the copyright infringement things and just do a whole show about great songs and play clips of all of them.
Didn't we already do that? I feel like we did. I don't remember.
We talked about we had a show where we talked about it, but
we did. We talked about some of it. We didn't really play
Anyways.
them. Yeah, but it was a great time. Now kids just don't know what it's like to have those songs, to drive you to sit down and watch your Saturday morning cartoon because it was just such amazing music that came along and you were excited about it. So, but all right, guys. Well, that is it for us tonight. Be back here next week at the same time, same channels, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch and Instagram at 7:30 ish. And but don't forget, guys, please do not forget May the 4th, which is coming up really quick, which is actually next week.
2 weeks.
Yeah. We do have again, our guest next week's going to be Gene Freeman, which is actor, stunt guy type, all around cool guy. Looking forward to having him on the show next week to talk to him about all the projects he's worked on. He actually was on Mandalorian also. And
Nice.
He did some work there. So I'm really excited about that. But May 4th, we will be at Golden Apple for Free Comic Book Day. And we'll be live streaming from there along with all those other great podcasts that'll be there. We have a slot for, I don't want to say what time our slot's going to be. We actually get 2 slots, which is really cool. But we'll be there having some fun and looking forward to meet you guys. If you guys want an autograph, by all means, it'll be $20 per autograph, $60 for a selfie with us.
Dude, you are not Rico.
Dude, if Rico can charge $60 for a selfie, damn it, I can get it too.
He's been in real movies, dude. You've just been on this podcast.
I've been on 2 podcasts, right?
That's one too many. These poor people.
No, we're not charging for anything. Just show up, say what's up.
Yeah, most of the time we're giving away free stickers. Eugene makes shirts for us. Those might be for sale.
I'll see what we have. We should, depending on what the setup's going to be like, I might have some shirts out there with us. Definitely have stickers to be given out. I don't know if we're going to be able to do any freebies like I did at Chatsworth, where I did give away. I finally got to break into that box of stuff that we had since Reno.
Nice.
And I actually found, but I actually found an app that we could actually do trivia games it's a really cool app, and we can actually start using it, incorporating it with us when we go to different events. But like I said, get out there, go to Golden Apple, guys. Go to Golden Apple just in general to go buy your comic books, along with We Can Be Heroes. They're two great comic book stores if you're in Hollywood or if you're in Chatsworth. If you're in the LA area, those are the comic books to go to. So I think that's pretty much it. And David, why don't you take us out?
Yeah. The only person we didn't talk about today was Project Wish. So go ahead and check out Project Wish upon a Star. We still have their link on our Instagram page. I think we'll just keep renewing that link every so often, make sure it's active. But go out, donate if you can. They bring the con life to the heroes that can't make it to the cons, or they bring those kids to the cons if life lets that happen. But
I got locations where they're going to be at come next month. So May the 4th and 5th, they'll be at Rocketown Comic Con, which is in Lompoc at Lompoc High School gym. Then they'll also be at Fresno Grizzly Star Wars Night, which is May 10th, and at Comic Con Revolution May 18th and 19th. So that's where they'll be. You guys can find them. If you guys do go out to the events, definitely go over to the booth. Buy one of their bears. They sell these Build-A-Bears that the proceeds obviously go to the charity, and let them know that we said what's up, and they'll say thank you.
Yep. Hit them up, man. They do so much good stuff with what little money they get in, and the rest of the money is everything out of their own pocket. So we do what we can to promote them everywhere we go, and we would love to see some of you guys also put their name out there. Even if you can't donate, just spread their name, because what they do is great. So
yeah, definitely.
But that'll be it for us. So like Eugene said, catch us next week. We'll be here 7:30 Wednesday. We have a guest. So it'll be a shorter segment of This Week in Geek and Geek History. Geek News and This Week in Geek. And then we'll do a full interview with whoever's on with us.
Actually,
that's usually how our interview days go.
Actually, we might bring him in on This Week in Geek History because his family owns a comic book store. So
hell yeah,
he is a huge geek. So looking forward to it.
Hell yeah.
So anyway, sorry. Carry on.
So yeah, but that's our normal format when we have interviews. We've been trying some new stuff out when they're on. But catch us next week, Wednesday, 7:30, when the saga continues.